So, as you may or may not know, we've had a bit of a loss in the family. Our little family. And it's always kind of a shame to lose somebody like that. I don't know, some of you have probably been in that position. Some of you couldn't even care less. And it's just, I always just thought it was a shame for anybody in any capacity to just have it dropped out of existence, you know, especially out of nowhere. And it just kind of just warps my mind sometimes, you know. I don't know how to feel about it, because, you know, you'll be sitting there one day being berated by some 12-year-old Brazilian telling you to fuck off into the cunt of the world, and then next minute they'll just be gone. I mean, 3.5 years. I want to say March 17, 2010. That was the day that we kind of started something. I wouldn't say we exactly started it, though. It's been kind of an ongoing thing. But I mean, I want to say that's probably the longest I've gone for something as serious as that. We ended off with 2,044 public videos. That's not including the countless dozens I've had to take down over the years. I mean, I would say we probably peaked at like 2150 or so by the end of that tenure. And that, yeah, I have had to take down that many. I've had to delete some, I've had to repeal some, and then just delete them anyway. I've had other ones. It's just... I've always been a bit risky with my downloads. I'll concede to that. I've always been kind of a risk taker when it came to uploads, but I was never really careless. I always treaded lightly. I guess I might have just flew a little bit too close to the sun there, but, you know, it wasn't even really... I mean, it's just, you know, shit catches up with you. It doesn't just, you know, go away. You just can't deal with it. It catches up with you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's been, like, what, 2 years since I've uploaded a video with Jimi Hendrix, and it's been 11 months since my last strike, and apparently that's not good enough for anybody. I don't know. I guess I did get a little lucky with this account. You know, I've had some successful repeals on strikes that I've gotten without warning, most notably in the great wipeout of the late 2010s and 11s, and that whole year of a bunch of people getting taken down. I mean, we got like Dogmatic and Corporal Greg and some other people probably. But it sucks, you know? You know, when you come home after a long day of school or work and dealing with bullshit, you come home to quite possibly your only point of reprieve, and you see, hey, you got a strike, and it's like, well, that's a strike. And at this point, I would say I've easily gotten around 10 or so, and, you know, it doesn't really get easier. You'd think you'd get used to seeing that pink little box there saying that you've broken a rule, but it doesn't for some reason. Even though you know that's what you're doing, it just fucking sucks, you know? I mean, I really hope none of you had to deal with that, or very few of you. It's just, I hope I'm not the only one. I don't know. I'm kind of just mixed with emotions right now. I don't really know how to feel about it, because on one hand, as pathetic as this might seem, this practically engaged most of my teenage life. I'm 21 years old right now, and I uploaded my first video when I had just turned 15 years old. It was the summer of 2007. Guitar Hero 2 had just come out, and I was super excited that after only 2 days of practice, I could play songs on hard and 5-star them. As a matter of fact, I remember the very first video I uploaded. It was a 100% run of Heart-Shaped Box on hard. And as a matter... Hold on, This is the camera I used to record it. And this is actually a camera that you have to use. I don't even remember how to open it right now. you have to use a tape for this, and I remember having to record it to my VCR, and then having to put it on a floppy disk, and then, yeah, don't ask me how that works. That's practically what I did to do my very first video. There's not a tape in there right now, but I assure you that is where it went. This is what I recorded my first video with, 2007. Little account I had named after myself. Clearly, I didn't really have much of an imagination when it came to giving myself nicknames. Case in point, all of my account names. Man, I wish I could tell you how proud I was of myself. This is right smack dab first year of high school. It was awful because I went to this school and I really hated it there. I started playing Guitar Hero, started feeling a little bit better about myself, and you know, that video, I would say, changed a lot. It was a little bit strange how much it changed, actually. I remember I showed it to everyone I could who gave a damn. I showed it on the little screen or viewfinder. I showed everyone I could before I could put it on YouTube, because I had it recorded for a while before I could do that. And I showed so many people. I was so proud of myself. I uploaded it, and it got, I think, a nice high total of 13 views. That's the highest I remember ever seeing it. But you know, after I think a couple of videos, I did a few after that, just random ones. I did Dead, which I could only 3-star at the time on Expert. I was kind of proud about that. It's kind of where my perfectionism started, you know, seeping through, where I felt like I needed to 100% stuff before I could upload it. It was before that time. I uploaded just a few hackneyed, half-assed videos, and it wasn't until I uploaded a 5-star run on Expert of Sweet Child of Mine that I actually started seeing some quote-unquote results. And for the most part, the most views that got at the time was 46 views, and good times. And then, you know, I stopped making videos after a while. It was too much of a chore, and I felt like the payoff I got for all the work I put into it wasn't really worth it. And there was a bunch of people better than me. There's people who could FC Freebird and all those songs, so I was just like, if I can't be the best, why bother? And so I just stopped making videos for a while, but, you know, I didn't really stop watching other people's videos, and people started doing crazy shit with theirs. I remember in particular Freddie Wong's YYZ video. That was kind of an inspiration for me. But things started to change a bit when Rock Band came around, and this is where I kind of found out I was slightly proficient at more instruments than just the plastic axe. And so I started making a couple more videos again. Funny story. Never mind, I'm not going to tell that story, that's a stupid story. Anyway, it was around this time that I also started recording other stuff. This includes, I remember in particular, going for a super long time trying to record Shockwave and on Rock Band, and I wasn't very good at it, clearly, because at the time the engine was a little bit difficult for me to get accustomed to, but I was a little bit better on the Guitar Hero engine. I also remember uploading the Pretty Handsome Awkward, as well as what was it called? It was the Linkin Park song. I can't be fucked to remember that one. And I remember that because we had moved our computer downstairs, and this was after I had moved back upstairs after having been in the basement when I recorded my video for the for Heart-Shaped Box. As a matter of fact, when I started making my videos again for Rock Band, I used a different camera, and I can actually, I think I have that somewhere. I can find it. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, that's not it. That's the box. Okay. Well, this is the camera I used to record that. It's a little bit more compact, and I started using this for some of my split screens later on. But for the most part, this has served me incredibly well. I really wish I knew what it was so I can get a little bit of screen time. Not today, apparently. Doesn't want to show his face? Fine, fuck you. But yeah, that camera was actually pretty good. It didn't really, you know, bring half-assed results. It actually did some pretty good video when you take that relative to recording on a fucking screen. It was It was fine. You didn't get any black bars, you didn't get static, it was a clear image. And so that was nice. I was recording a bit for that, and that went a little bit into 2008, and that was probably, I would say, easily one of the worst years of my life. And so basically, I was finishing up my sophomore year in high school, and this is at the point where high school wasn't sucking as much, where I'd actually begin to develop friends and relationships, as well as memories and, things I didn't exactly want to let go of quite yet. But it wasn't until the middle of June after I'd graduated. I remember June 13th, 2008 is the day where I moved from where I lived for most of my childhood. And I remember this because it was Friday the 13th, and my birthday was a week before my 16th birthday, June 6th, 2008. And I remember on the 13th, that was the last day of school, and my AP social studies teacher, she actually let me bring in my Xbox so we could play Guitar Hero on the projector at school, and I thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever. And then it was a half day. There was this kid that I used to play with. His name was Brady, and admittedly, he kicked my ass. He was pretty good. He kicked my ass Through the Fire and Flames, but every other song we played, Muse, we played One, we played freaking Impulse, we played like all the hard songs. I kicked his ass. So I will concede I was probably better than him, even though he just beat me by like 10,000 points in TFAF, whatever, no big deal. So after that day at school, we had shipped off to go where I am now, to where I've been for the past 6 years or so now. And yeah, I'm still here for God knows what reason. I've tried going back, and it doesn't really work as easy as you'd think it would. People change, people move. It's for lack of a better word, really fucking disappointing. So it was at this point that I decided that I wanted to start doing video making for real. And before I had just kind of made whatever videos I felt like at the time. I would record videos and then just upload them and not even give a damn about quality or whatever. This is where I started to want to actually take it seriously, so that people would watch and people would enjoy it and hopefully appreciate my skill, because at this point I had lost all motivation for academics, for social life. It was a mess. That was one of the worst times of my life, but I had saved up roughly $50, and with this $50 I decided to go buy a game bridge online off of eBay. And a game bridge, if you guys don't know what that is, it is an ancient form of recording images from your television to your computer, and that's what we call a capture card in the video making industry. And so I ordered one of those over the summer, and the weekend, it had to have been 2 weeks or so. The 2 weeks that it took for me to actually wait and actually receive it would easily be 2 of the longest weeks of my life. And that might seem like kind of a, silly thing to say, but relative to the time, this was my muse. This was something I needed at the time, that, nothing else could really fill the gap. As of that point, it was a point of irrevocably no return. And so 2 weeks, and I literally wanted to just scratch my skin off waiting for that damn thing. It's kind of pathetic when you think about it, but a 16-year-old, 2008, and a capture card, I don't know. Anyway, needless to say, the anticipation absolutely killed me, and the day I got it, I can't even remember. It's just a void. I don't remember the day I got it. I can only remember the days I spent waiting for it. The day I got it, immediately hooked it up. It was super easy. I don't know. I don't think they make game bridges anymore, but I would recommend that over the Hop Hog, if that means anything. Despite the standard definition cap in terms of quality, yeah, I would say the game bridge is probably a step up from the piece of shit that is known as Hop Hog. However, you know, that Game Bridge really served me the fuck well. The first video I uploaded with the Hot Pog that I recorded, as a matter of fact, the very first thing that I tested it out on was Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. So it's, you know, another reason why Oasis is kind of in there with me, but Don't Look Back in Anger. And it was at this point in my life where music was starting to kind of take control of my emotions, and, you know, everything around me started to kind of make sense. And so this is where I started to, you know, in terms of music interests and such, I guess I was just growing a bit, you know. And then, you know, I started recording a bunch of songs that were just like my favorite songs. I can't remember. There was a bunch of just older Rock Band 1 songs, because at this time Rock Band 2 was out. And I started watching certain subscribers. I don't remember the first video I ever saw. I started watching a little YouTuber by the name of NPN. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. Here, cheers to you, Mr. NPN. NPN. I started tuning into him weekly, and it was really nice. It hooked me, I think, like no other. It was one of those things I could always just come home from school and just be like, okay, what were the songs this week? And, you know, it was, you know, when I first discovered him, this was before I, you know, saw the weekly announcements and stuff, but I was always like, ooh, what's he gonna upload today? And I don't know why I never really bothered pursuing it. It's because I was probably going through his backlog of videos. I don't remember the first one I saw, but I want to say it was Little Sister, but then another part of me wants to say it was Rome by B-52s. I don't remember which one it was, but it changed my life, clearly, and I started tuning in for him. He was a great influence in my purchases of videos, or of songs, rather. Sorry, that sounds kind of gross, doesn't it? And, yeah, he was kind of my motivation to keep on chugging through school, you know, but I also started tumbling onto other people's videos, namely those of Zigny's. If you guys are DLC Quick Play frequenters, which you probably aren't, then you probably won't have known, but he was, I wouldn't say he was infamous, I would just say, he would have like a guest vocalist. It was him and Cookie usually, but he would have a couple of guest vocalists every now and then, and he'd go and record the DLC. He would record the guitar and the drums at the same time, and this is where I was like, oh, this is super awesome. And I started watching his stuff. He didn't have it every week, which was fine, because they did actual reviews of the DLC, which is kind of nice because they were, for the most part, unbiased. There were a couple like super biased ones that, you know, that slipped through, but for the most part they were all right. And so that was pretty nice too. I remember at the time I started watching just, you know, as many as I could. I would wait in the computer lab. I just so happened to be at the computer lab every single time that the DLC would be announced, and, you know, it would go on Wikipedia, and since that was practically the only source of internet that we could access at the time, which is kind of ironic in a sense that all the other websites were blocked except Wikipedia, I would always like be hitting refresh until the songs came up. I remember the first time I don't remember. I just remember doing it, particularly when a teacher caught me, and it was the week that I think Number of the Beast and Interstate Love Song came out, and I think that's when I got caught, but I kind of played it off pretty well. It was just a good time. Just like, you know, have fun. My only fond memories of, you know, that year of high school would probably be Zigny and NPN, just the DLC videos. And then just one week in November, just kept watching videos up until November, and I do believe it was the end of November. There was a week where the Killers were releasing an album, and like I said, I was getting really into music, and I was listening to the shit out of Hot Fuss. I would say that Hot Fuss was literally my album of 2008, which is kind of silly to say. I'm sure there's probably other ones, but, you know, for the most part, I would say Hot Fuss was probably up there, to say the least. And they were releasing a pack of Mr. Brightside, Smile Like You Mean It. What was the other song? I already forgot the other song. Spaceman. That was a good one, I guess. And so I was gonna stay up for the first time after watching NPA, and like somebody said in the description what time the songs came out, and so I went up and I decided I was gonna do the same thing and record the Killer songs because I was a fan at the time, and so, well, I still kind of am, but you know, nostalgia. I went to bed super early. I went to bed, I think, at 6:30 at night. It was really easy to get to sleep for some reason, despite I was super excited to wake up and do my first DLC videos ever. And, well, unbeknownst to me at the time, Guitar Hero was also releasing a Killers pack. Also with Mr. Brightside. However, this one had Human and Losing Touch as well. And I was a little bit conflicted, because when the time came to upload, I remember the Guitar Hero songs came up a little bit earlier than the Rock Band songs. That I was just like, well, which one do I buy? So I decided to buy both of them. I didn't have a job at the time, so I couldn't really be spending money as frivolously as I could today. But I decided to buy both of them. And when they were all bought, I went ahead and bought 2 other songs. I bought Pretty Noose, my soundtrack, or Soundgarden, because that had also come out on that day. And then Capricci di Diablo by Yngwie Malmsteen. I hope I'm pronouncing that alright. And I bought those. I made videos for the Killers pack on Rock Band and Capricci di Diablo on Rock Band. I didn't record anything for Guitar Hero. And I uploaded those. And my account still hadn't really taken off yet. You know, I was getting like, you know, 60, 70 views a video. Not a video, but just like, you know, here and there. I was lucky to get 60 or 70 views, is what I meant to say. And I uploaded the Killers, Capricci di Diablo, before I trucked off to school. Came home, like 10 views each, no big deal. I was kind of expecting that. And then suddenly, after a few days, they started to pick up. And Capricci di Diablo, I actually had gold starred. And that one ended up, you know, by the time that account died, it was probably 16,000 views, which compared to like my 13 views tops of Heart-Shaped Box, I was pretty stoked. And the Killers also got a fair amount of views, but it wasn't until I think it was the next week. I want to say it was the direct next week after that, because I remember thinking to myself, I was on a roll for some reason. Just by 1 week in a row, I was like, yes, I'm on a roll. But yeah, I think the Smashing Pumpkins came out on Guitar Hero, and I do believe on Rock Band, I want to say it was the Naked Brothers week, so I guess you can assume which I decided to take over the other. And at the time, that was actually the week where Guitar Hero started coming out on Thursdays instead of Tuesdays. And so I woke up early on Thursday because that was actually more convenient for me, since I didn't have to do a morning class that early. I did have to do a morning class, I just could skip first period at that time. I recorded some of that, and you know, this is at the point where I was still kind of just like nitpicking songs. I wasn't buying all of them. I wasn't really a fan of Glow or the Everlasting Touch or whatever the hell it is. But I did upload 1979, and that one didn't get really very many views, which didn't really surprise me. And I'm trying to think, it wasn't until the week after that a Nirvana pack was released. And I want to say, I can't remember the songs on there. There's You Know You Were Right, Sliver, or Silver, whatever. And I can't remember. It wasn't very ape or sappy. I can't remember. Oh, Negative Creep. That's right. And I uploaded those, and that's when I decided I was going to be... I remember saying this in the description. I feel so stupid for bringing up that. I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce myself as the next NPN, and I don't know. I said it sarcastically. A lot of my descriptions are sarcastic, but that's what I said. And that's when it started. Nirvana in 2008, early December, I want to say. I don't remember the exact date. But every week since then, I decided I was going to start doing Guitar Hero DLC, guitar videos. And that's practically where it began. No, I want to say a week after or 2 weeks after, whenever the Eagles came out, that's when I started picking up some subscribers and some notoriety. I remember I started posting on Score Hero and GameFAQs. I was like, hey, go watch these DLC videos, blah, blah, blah. This is when I was somewhat sociable on the internet. And I would just throw my videos out there because they weren't total shit. I would do that. And that's when it started getting kind of big. And so this is where I took it as a somewhat of an obligation. I would never say that me uploading my videos was an obligation. It was something that I've always just wanted to do for you guys. It's something that I wanted to help you guys decide something. I wanted you to feel what I felt with, Zigny's reviews and, NPA and just stuff like that, I wanted you to feel like you were getting a justified purchase. I knew a lot of people would be getting ripped off by stuff, because I know before I watched their videos, I would just buy stuff that I thought would be good, and I'd be like, oh fuck it, this was total shit. But it wasn't until, I want to say it was the summer of 2009, so about half a year after I'd started doing it regularly, that I decided to start bringing in other people. Because this is at the point where Corporal Greg started coming in the picture with his Rock Band stuff, and I think relative to everything that was going on at the time, Corporal Greg has been probably the biggest inspiration, him and Dogmatic, as far as starting DLC videos, because they were showing all the charts, minus the vocals, which is no big deal, because vocals are just kind of vocals, So they started doing their stuff, and I was getting really excited to start doing that stuff with Guitar Hero, which is kind of a silly thing to get excited about because Guitar Hero kind of sucks. And so the very first video I did with other people was myself on guitar and vocals. My brother was on bass, and this is still 2:30 in the morning. My brother's 2.5 years, 3 years younger than me. So at the time, he must have been 14 years old or so, or something like that. And Non-Zero on drums, and we played NOFX song, and then we did that pack. I want to say the Epitaph pack. But that's where it started, and since 2009, I've been trying to get a full band every single week, and we did get some pretty good people. I mean, if you guys have been around for 4 years ago, God, 4 fucking years, man. That's insane. I know Kingsley was, absolutely huge. Dogmatic joined in every so often, and Splink, Non-Zero, we had Toy Machine, and that was like the crew, man. That was the Rhythm Game crew. There's probably some other people I'm missing. I'm sorry, I can't really think of them right now, obvious reasons. But, thank you so much, everyone, especially Darren Sanchez. His gamer tag was X-Astro. You guys have probably seen a bunch of them. He actually helped out a lot during the Guitar Hero World Tour, or World of Rock, or something. He helped out in that general area. Really helped in terms of DLC, including some Rock Band ones as well. And so I never really did any Rock Band videos from like 2009 to 2010. I never really. I kind of just stuck to Guitar Hero, and that was fine with me. I mean, I made Rock Band videos still because at the point, I was still kind of just, a Rock Band fan, and so it was just fun to just, be able to play with other people and make videos that can help people. And of course, there's this one phase I had that was just stupid. Never mind. I'm not going to go on that tangent, but. And then this went on for quite a while. I think there were a few select weeks where we didn't have full bands, but that was fine. I wasn't really super indulgent on the matter, and then I started doing just random Rock Band stuff, and then that started kind of taking off. And then before I knew it, I want to say it was during Guitar Hero 5. God, this was probably one of the biggest heartbreakers of my YouTube career, but there was the Wolfmother pack, and Wolfmother is kind of stingy in their copyrights, or at least they were when they were wiping out all the YouTube accounts. And the fact that I had uploaded, at this point I want to say I had probably 2 strikes, because Eagles are really touchy on that stuff. So if you're wondering why I never uploaded Eagles, is because I already got fucked by the Eagles, and it's not very pleasant, as I'd hope you'd imagine. And the other one was probably Jimi Hendrix, because there was 2 Jimi Hendrix packs for Rock Band, and fortunately, for whatever reason, for 1 strike, they took down 2 Jimi Hendrix videos. I want to say Angel and Foxy Lady, and those 2 they combined into 1 strike, which I thought was kind of cool of them. But they took a 3rd strike for Cosmic Egg or a song off of Cosmic Egg. I don't think that was one of the songs from Wolf Mother, and that was one of the Wolf Mother packs. And for some, I think they're more stingy on that album than their self-titled, because I think they might have been on a different label or something. But they took down my my Elfson account, because at this point I had Ellison CRZ, which was my main account that I had since like 2007, and then the second one was Elfson, which I had made as a backup channel, because this is where I was starting to get more into being more aware of the dangers of copyright issues and stuff like that. And we had never, I don't think any of us in the rhythm game community had really had much of a financial, we weren't getting paid to do any of this. So this is at the point where everyone was still kind of like, oh, we're not getting paid for it, we're fine. No, we still got kind of fucked over by that. And I think Dogmatic had lost his account, Corporal Greg might have lost his first account, I don't exactly remember, but a lot of people went down. It was really depressing. But when I uploaded one Cosmic Egg video to my main account, it took down that account and my backup account at the same time, and that was really disappointing, because I was like, what the fuck, and that other account didn't even have any strike. Well, it had one strike, I guess, but yeah. So they both went down, and so I was kind of distraught at this time. I didn't, it was kind of weird. It was kind of the same way I felt now. Like, I was like, well, that kind of sucks. So that same day, same night actually, it was a school night, I decided to make the New No Ellison account, because I was like, alright, it's a rebirth, because Ellison Cruz was my very first account, and then there was the New No Ellison. And with the New No Ellison, I had kept by itself for a little bit, and then eventually I made Ellison Cruz, which was my current main account right now, I suppose, but I made that as well. And so that one is still alive to this day. The New No Ellison Cruz went down pretty quick because of some stupid bullshit, because that one lasted less than a year. It was after I made that one that I made what most of you know as the New No Ellison Cruz. And so yes, I am very creative with my names, as you guys clearly can tell. It was kind of a rough time, and that account was born March 16th, 2010. So that was 3 months before I graduated high school. So since 2007, I don't know how long, I don't know if you're like long-time viewers or if you've ever seen, that one heart-shaped box video by me. We've had Ellison CRZ. We've had Ellison Cruz, which I have right now. We have the New No Ellison Cruz. So I guess 5 accounts in my name. All based around rhythm games, and it's just kind of a shame that they had to go down like that. But I mean, like I said, 3.5 years for one account for, as high of output of videos I've been making, 2044, that's not really a laughing matter. I mean, in this economy, that's kind of saying a lot, But, I was nearly at 14,000 subscribers, and, like I said, in that economy, it's kind of kind of a lot to be getting that many in a rhythm game format. And 2,000 videos, man, that's in 4 years. That's a lot of fucking videos. And these weren't just like upload and then, or record and then upload. These are like legitimate, like, work put in. I don't know, some of them were work, some of them, others were just kind of like, eh. It wasn't until later that I actually started putting more effort into my Rocksmith videos, which is mostly what you guys are seeing now, since that's practically the last man standing. It's the third party, so to speak. But yeah, so yeah, I don't think we'll really ever get to that level of infamy again, because it's just, I don't know, again, with that whole economics 101, the current state of affairs for rhythm games is not farewell. But I don't know, but you know what they say, it's been a good run. I think it was a good run. I wouldn't say it's necessarily time to hang the jacket, or the, what is that? I don't know, but I don't think it's time to just put it away for now. I just think that I've, for the most part, done my part, and I really wish I could elaborate on what I mean by that, but I feel like for what I've done, I feel like I've done alright. I mean, my primary goal was just to make videos, you know, just have fun with it, and you know, I do have fun with making videos. That was literally the one thing that kept me going through high school, was, you know, making videos for you guys. It was literally the only thing that I had going for me at the time, was making videos. And, you know, that might sound pathetic. I don't care. It was literally, you guys were seriously my centrifuge. You guys were what kept me going. And even with having no views or little views, and I don't know, it was kind of an addictive thing. I had to branch out to Rock Band after Guitar Hero died, and I don't know, a lot of people didn't really take kindly to that, which I understand. And you know, I guess if there's any time to say it, it would be now. I'm sorry if I kind of ruined things for you guys in terms of that. I just wanted to show people, you know, what we had to offer, and well, not we, but what Rock Band had to offer. And you know, I hope that they helped. If they helped just one person, I would feel completely satisfied. I'm not about, you know, I'm not self-centered. I just want people to know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sad about this or if I'm happy. Because on one hand, it's one part of my life that's over. But on the other, it's a part that I can let go and be like, okay, I'm alright with that. I mean, you know, when it was taken down, we had more than 300 videos of Rocksmith material, and they weren't just I mean, some of them were half-assed, I'll admit. Some of them I just couldn't really care much for, and that's mostly due on the obligation part of me, where I had to feel obligated to uploading the chart, you know, even if I was in a terrible mood. I would just, you know, record them and then upload them and then not look at them. But, you know, oddly enough, those would become my most viewed videos, which was kind of a shame, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that. But, you know, it's just kind of, it's okay, I guess, you know? I mean, if someone was going to buy it otherwise, then I hope that I was able to influence their decision one way or another, even if it meant, you know, causing them to change their mind and not buy it. I'm glad I was able to, you know, save them the $3. Because, you know, that goes a long way. I'm not saying the money itself, just the decision itself. To, you know, feeling ripped off. It's not, you know, one decision. It's just multiple little micro decisions. That kind of just mold a person, you know? I don't know. You know, those didn't take no work, if that makes any sense. They took time out of my day. They were able to distract me from, you know, stuff, high school, and then later on my work, which was incredibly degrading and awful at this point. And I don't know, it was at this point where just making my videos, waking up at 1 in the morning was my life, where it was just like, alright, there's gonna be videos tonight, and you know, if I can just help one person, then I'm alright with anything. And it was kind of a weird series of events, I think. It's weird to think how things actually turned out. Like, the worst videos I ever made were probably the most viewed ones. Yeah. I had, I think, probably one of the worst subscriber to view ratios ever. Like, I remember 14,000 subscribers, let's just say that, to 18 million views, to 2,000 videos. And my top 8 highest videos all equated to 4 million views, roughly. So I don't know, that's kind of why I think it might have been for the best, but it's whatever. I feel just guilty, though, that I was just kind of getting careless and just... So, as for future prospects, I would say I'm probably down, but not out. I'll still be uploading videos occasionally. Just definitely not to the capacity I was before. I was practically a video a day, which is kind of a lot, considering I don't know how many other rhythm game channels are really up to that standard, or any I should say any singular rhythm game channels, because a lot of people who are still uploading rhythm game stuff are team-based and like full bands and stuff. You don't really see too many people doing, you know, their own thing. And, you know, granted, it has been a lot of Rocksmith stuff. I've been really meaning to go back to Rock Band for a while, and even Guitar Hero, because we had a little project going on where we'd upload all the old DLC that we never got to doing full bands of, like all the European tracks and stuff like that. We were working on that. We got probably 100 videos in before we just kind of lost steam a bit due to, I guess, lack of general interest. No surprise there. It's kind of like, you know, a shot to the heart almost, and I'm to blame because I give rhythm games a bad name, apparently. I'll still be uploading videos here and there. Rocksmith 2, I'll probably start uploading stuff. I don't think I'll be getting any special treatment for that, so don't bother asking. I know a lot of people were asking me about Band Fuse and if I was gonna get that early in making videos, which was really random. I thought that was really strange. People would ask me, of all people, they're like, hey, are you gonna get some Band Fuse going on here before everyone else? Because, you know, I'd really love that. I'm like, no. But I really do love that you guys have stayed tuned for all these years, especially some of you. I know I read every single one of your comments. I'm not even kidding you. I read so many of your like every comment, except if, you know, you guys are like commenting on top of each other. I don't usually watch my videos after I upload them. I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of self-conscious about it. I can't watch a video after I've uploaded it, so. But I do read your comments, and I do appreciate every last one of them. I know I'm not the best at getting back to them, and for that I'm really sorry. I know a lot of you asked me some really just simple questions, you know, so far as what kind of capture device I use, what kind of guitar I use, what kind of, you know, video editing program I use, and I'm sorry that I don't get back to you. I'm just, you know, circumstances of my life are just difficult for me. I mean, some of you might just be like, oh, just get over it. You gotta go talk to your fans. You gotta initiate it. It's just a little bit more difficult for me. So I'm sorry. I do read it. And for every time I don't respond to you, I literally just kind of just die inside a little bit. Because as much as I'd love to just tell you everything, someone else is just gonna ask the same thing. So, but, you know, just to end things off, I really do love that you guys have stayed around as long as you have, and you've put up so much patience with me and my god-awful videos. And, you know, I want to say I'm sorry that I fucked up. You know, a lot of rhythm gaming related websites that use my videos are gonna be looking pretty sad, to say the least, and that's just my fault. I kind of feel awful. There's gonna be just a void of. If you guys want to stay around, then I'll still be here, I suppose, for the time being. This is still all I have right now. And, yeah, I just want to say thank you, you guys. I mean, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I do this for you guys. I hope I've been able to, at some point, be able to get that across, that without, you know, you, this wouldn't be a thing, you know. And it's you that keeps me going. It's, you know, the one person saying that, you know, this really helped them, or, you know, they really like this video. That's what, you know, starts the next one going. You know, the day that people stop saying that is the day I stop making videos. So if that's any reprieve for you, then I don't know what is, but so for my parting words, I've already gotten a shit ton of requests of, you know, me bringing back all my Rock Band videos, which I don't see how would be possible because I don't catalog those. But, you know, I'm sorry. I truly am. I fucked up and I lost, you know, 3.5 years worth of work, you know, and, you know, that's gonna go down. I'm sorry. Like I said before, I flew a little bit too close to the sun there, and, well, we're all kind of paying for it, but like I said, I'm kind of glad it's over. It's a bit of my life that I can just, you know, walk away from satisfied. I can say, yeah, I did my part there. to a means, I suppose. I really wish I could get that across better in my videos. I know, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who could, but I seriously, every single one of you guys kept me going, and yeah, I guess this is what you could call an end of an era, but I really hope that, I helped at least one of you, or helped each of you in at least one way. And yeah, it's been nice, all your kind words. That's all I really had to go by. But I really hope you guys know that literally for as long as I live, I won't forget this. This has been such a monumental role in my life. You guys have literally shaped who I'm going to be for the rest of my life, and I just want you to know that I'm truly, from the bottom of my heart, grateful for everything that you guys have ever done for me, which might sound a little bit silly, but, a simple comment with kind words of saying, good job, or, nice, just that's enough to keep me going. I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate it. And, yeah, that's... I'm sorry I couldn't get that across clearer in my videos. This feels like a farewell, but I think for now, it's just a goodbye. Just for now, and maybe one day we'll maybe reconvene and we'll just laugh about the past, and it'll be good fun. So, thank you, everyone. Drunk. Woo! Do you guys want to know something kind of silly? It is only 2:09 in the afternoon, and I am already drunk. That's how fucked up my schedule is right now. And I love you guys. I seriously do. I probably would say that while I was not drunk, but I just wanted you guys to know